Alright guys, it is Blockchain coming at you with another technical analysis update. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Corey, aka Blockchain. Starting off on my website, blockchaintrading.com. The link is below. Biggest thing I want to highlight in there is a quick description of the exclusive Discord that we have in there for technical analysis, options alerts, and crypto alerts. So no matter what market you're in, we have you covered. So a little intro about us. The three different levels of membership between the monthly, yearly, and lifetime. Starting off on the yearly, you actually get the full six segmented trading class that I have that covers a lot of the trading essentials that I use in my technical analysis, so you can follow along with me. And then, of course, the #1 trading strategy that I use for free. Just fill this little guy out, and I'll send you a video demonstration on my #1 trading strategy that is consistent, profitable, reliable, and applicable to any market. So make sure you guys get in there and check it out, as well as with a couple testimonials here. So definitely get on and check it out. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the Discord. So let's go ahead, and speaking of which, I guess the Discord, let's take a quick look so that way you guys can see what's going on in there. So from a crypto perspective, we have KJ. He alerted us of a 122% gainer today. And then in the traditional markets, if you missed the last week, we have... Where is it? Where's his rundown? These are all the ones he had today. So last week he actually had like 3% or 3,000% confirmed profits from his calls last week. 2,000 the week before, 1,500 the week before. So just absolutely killing it. And then of course, and you can see some of our members' gains that we have here. So actually a couple option calls that I've had there. I had 1,000% gainer from my technical analysis that I posted. MDU Chow, sitting quite nicely with over 30,000% profit on some of his trades that he's been in. So all good stuff. So hopefully I'll catch you guys in there. But let's go ahead and dive into the charts. All right, guys, it is Blockchain coming at you with another technical analysis update. For the absence, I do apologize. Seattle got some crazy heat waves, and internet was in and out, and plus all in all that, we're a bunch of corrective mess, so I don't want to keep telling you guys the same stuff every single day. So let's dive in. All right, so ETH, these are the two main counts that I'm looking at in regards to this move down. Is popping up with either an A wave or a wave 1. This whole thing right here is a wave 2 or a B wave. The thing that has me skeptical on a wave 2 is it did slightly make a lower low with this wick right here, and I mean not by a lot. So 1723. So I mean we're talking about a $20 wick on this. So it's on the fence, because if you do trade Elliott wave, obviously you do know that wave 2 cannot break the start of wave 1. Which if this was a wave 1, then that would be off the table. But what we can be looking at is this whole thing being a wave A, as well for the move down. So this whole thing could be an A. This would be a B. And then this would be a C down, because this right here would be a C wave. So basically we'd have like a little bit more of like a WXY correction right here or a small little C for an A, B, and a C right here, to make this a 3-wave move. So that is another one that we could be looking at, because it did end with a 5-wave move right here. And now we're looking at this as the other one. So this is the daily, so we'll do a quick look at a smaller time frame as well. But we do have this trend line that we would need to make sure that we would need to break if we were going to get super bullish. But regardless, if we're looking for a C up or potentially a 3, the big thing that we want to look at is having this as the A, B, and a potential C for targets. So what we could be looking at, so a wave 3 would be the 1.618. You can see that puts us right at the R1 resistance. So we can have a C wave all the way up to basically 4K. And it would still be a corrective move coming off of this right here. And that is something that we do have to be aware of, because, you know, we can get, you know, start breaking, you know, 2,500, 3K for ETH, and then get super bullish, and then all of a sudden have a rejection right here at 4K again, double top, and then have another move down. So what we're looking at, smaller time frame, it is good to see we did get a nice little buy signal that printed here on the market liberator, which is pretty solid. You know, consolidated here for our bottoming formation, and got our move up. Stayed within the bearish control zone. We didn't fall out of it on the RSI. However, we are testing the upper limits again of the bearish control zone. So we are finding some resistance right here. So that is something we're gonna have to pay attention to and look as the daily starts to evolve as well. So if this is an A, B, and a C right here, I would look for us to at least get up to, you know, basically 2350, 2370 and test the 618. More so, I'd be looking for us to test the 786 and retest this trend line right here at basically 20, depending on, either way, it's going to be roughly in there about 2600 or so, somewhere within that range. And then if we do break that, then I would look for continuation to the north side, at least to hit the 618, which is basically 4K again. So I am leaning more on the bullish side. However, we have to be cautious, because if this is a C leg, then, you know, that is going to be our bearish scenario when we'd have continuation to the downside. But we did get a nice little green dot here as well for the money flow. So we're seeing positive money flow as well. And potential trend reversal when we see that. So you can see that, you know, we've gotten a couple of them pop up. This was our best one here. However, we didn't, you know, it was consolidation. So we didn't really see a bunch of continuation on with it. So, you know, still consolidating, but I think we're on the potential move for us to get up and start setting, potentially, you know, retesting a lot of resistance points as we go north. On the daily as well, what I do want to go ahead and call out as well, if you guys were part of my email list, I sent this out a little while ago, but let's actually go ahead and do the moon phases. So I was looking at the 25th as a pretty important date for a couple of different things. One, we had a bunch of options expiring, and that was on the Friday. So right here was the 25th, but it was also a moon phase as well. And, you know, as weird, oddly enough, you know, the moon phases have actually been playing out quite good. So you can see we have our new moon, we have a dump, we have our full moon, we have a pump, we have a new moon, consolidation, downward movement, full moon, we have a pump, new moon, we have a dump, full moon, got a little bit of a pump, new moon, we dumped, and we also are back in a full moon state. So that's, I want to say, how many days is this? Let's measure it. So that way we can also kind of take a look at that as well. So if we're looking about 14 days, about 2 weeks. So what would that put us at? So if we had that right there, so that would put us at roughly July 10th. So we'll make these a little bit more, let's bring out the color a little bit better. There we go. All right. All right, so let's make sure that's about off a day, about 13 days. Either way, that would put us, yeah, about July 8th. So we'll see what that turns into, but it is definitely something to pay attention to, because even going back, even, you know, this isn't a new development, it's just something that's been, that I was actually watching Crown and he called this out because someone else mentioned it to him. So this is, I want to say it's important to share. But you can see that again, like even going all the way back, we had our full moon pump, new moon consolidation, a little bit downwards move, full moon pump, new moon consolidation, downward move, full moon pump. I mean, it happens every cycle. It's crazy to pay attention to, but it's something we gotta know. So a couple of things I'll be looking for in the near term. I am looking for us, if we are going to have continuation to the north side, RSI, we do need to get out of the bearish control zone and start testing the volume band. And then ultimately break out of the 45 and then the 50, and then ultimately start testing the bottom of the bullish control zone. So it is definitely something I want to look at. So let's go ahead and just dive into the 1 hour real quick. What we also need to be looking at as well is if this is an ABC, or was this the ending fifth wave right here. And when I say ABC, I mean this leg right here, because that's an easy 3 leg up. So it'd be an A, this would be our B down, and then this would be a C. Or is this a consolidation right here, basically like a wave 4, and then this is our wave 5. But I am looking at this, and you can see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So it is possible we have a 3 leg up, and then this was our 5th leg right here for them move down, that had us basically bottom down at 1750 and hold that as support. So if that's the case, what I'd be looking for, where's our invalidation, because that's what we need to know. All right, so we had the 1.382, tagged that quite nicely, 1.618, which is basically 2320. That would be our invalidation. If we get above that, that's our invalidation of this being a C wave, because that's the max that we can go for a C wave, is the 1.618. So if we do break that, establish it as support, then I would definitely be looking for continuation onto the north side. Even here on the RSI, you can see we are losing the bullish control zone a little bit. However, we're seeing a nice little reset of the RSI, and we don't really have a support zone right here to be looking for, unless we have, unless we're looking at the larger scale of things. Then we, potentially be looking at, let's see, it's the 0.5. Yeah, so not only thing that would be holding us up is the support level, of which we had right here on the smaller time frame, which is basically 2130-ish, right within there. So but that's our invalidation. That's how we're going to know. But I am looking at this right here as a 1, 2. We look at this as a 3, 4, and possibly the 5th right here. So we could be looking at a 5-wave move, and then looking for a pullback to come down and at least tag the 618. Invalidation again would be if we drop back below the 1700 mark. So definitely a little bit of room to go if that's the case. But this is what I'm most interested in right now, is breaking the 2325. So, all right, so that's 10 minutes on ETH. Let's go ahead and dive into Bitcoin real quick. Again, let's go back out to the daily. We got the moon phases on there as well. It's odd. I can't believe I haven't really noticed it before. Not as noticeable with Bitcoin with the moon phases as it was with ETH, just because Bitcoin was just so parabolic. But even, after we got right here, we had our new moon, which we had our dump, full moon pumped. New moon, we had our dump, full moon pump, new moon dump, full moon pump. And it just all the way through. So we have our full moon right here. So let's say if we get some pump action and start retesting the 42K. But what I do like on the daily standpoint is that we are riding our slow-moving EMA on our RSI. We're finding a support. So when we bounce off of that, that is pretty bullish. What I'd like to see is break out of the volume band and establish that as support. And that's, if we're going to get a pretty substantial move to the upside, and I would start be looking at breaking the $40,000 range if we were to see that. But it is good to see we are poking our head out of the bearish control zone on the RSI. Got a couple nice little buy signals down here, and establishing and holding some support right down here, basically the $30,000 range. If we get out here and we're looking at the 1 hour, kind of similar thing. This one does look pretty three-wave as well right here. However, with ETH, this is invalidated as a potential wave 2, so this would have to be a B wave, and then this would be the C coming down, which we can clearly see a nice little 5-wave move coming down and ending that structure right there. And it's just kind of a matter of this guy right here. I think it's pretty easy to tell if we're looking at Bitcoin. We do have a nice little trend line right here, which it looks like we are potentially coming back to test here in the near future. So we do have that piece. And it's just really a matter of the overall count for this. This would have to be our 1, 2. I'd have to be looking at this, like I said, 1, 2. This would have to be a full 3, 4, and then this would have to be a fifth. But a nice little tag at the resistance point right here at 36K. And again, what if this is a C leg up? Then what's our invalidation point? So do it off of the A down here to the bottom of the B. Invalidation of this being a C wave is 41K. So we got some room to go for this still to even be a C wave. And I'll bet you anything this is the 786. Let's look. Bam. To the T, tag that 786 retracement. Man, it's crazy. So that's the question, is what we're looking for. So if this is an A, this is a B, and then this would be a C up. So right now this is a 1-to-1 extension. So this is a pretty decent corrective structure at the moment. You know, this is a little aggressive. And then we have this C leg right here. So if our invalidation point is 41K, if we get above 41K, this is invalidated as a C. But even if we have this as a 5-wave move, let's go ahead and just pull a retracement on it just in case we get a dip down. You know, what would we be looking for? Let's see. So we have the 0.5 pivot right here, which is at 33.2. And then the 618, which is what I'd be looking to hold if this is a wave 1, basically a 32.4. So let's go ahead and throw a couple price labels on that just in case we get a move down here to the downside. Because the other option basically is, let's go to a 5-minute. Let's analyze this wave A that I have labeled real quick. And yeah, it looks pretty, maybe at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I mean, it's very possible this could be a wave 1, 2. This is going up for a third. Even then, third's got to tag the 618 and then kind of consolidate and then go up again for a fifth. But that would break a huge weekly resistance point at 42.3 that I've been watching and paying attention to. So we'll have to, definitely stay close to this over the next couple of days, over this next week. But interesting to see, we get our new moon phase and we're starting to get a nice little pump. So let's say if we get continuation, be great for the bulls. If we do, great consolidation, and again, just step by step, and let's see where this thing takes off to and where it runs. But these are the levels I'm looking for. If we get a pullback, I would look for a couple entries down here. And then if you're not already in, then that's where would be my points. But if you are in, invalidation would be below that, and that's if you caught the bottom. So overall, guys, that's what I'm looking for. Nice little 16-minute update. I'll keep you guys posted. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the Discord. Smash the likes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.